Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is anna-mart, or Sam for short. In this week's video, we're going to do part 2 of the BAR-STOOL series. We're going to do the rest of the setup and finish the scene. Let's go. Okay, so this is right where we left off last time. I already showed you how to make this BAR-STOOL and add all of the textures and materials to it. And I'm going to show you how to do the kitchen setup. This is how it's going to look in the end. Except I'm not going to show you how to create each and every one of these assets at the top. I'm just going to show you how to make the setup and add the textures to the floor and the marble top and the wall and so on. Okay, so let's hide all of these for now. Just press H. And then we want to add a few things to create that kitchen setup. First of all, we want to make the marble table. So we want to press Shift A, Mesh and Cube. And then scale it down on the Z-axis. So SZ to about there. Going to top view and scale it on the X-axis as well to make a long table. Then I want to duplicate this with Shift D, rotate it 90 degrees and move it until it meets the edge of this one. Let me just go out of rendered view. Then I want to add a wall that's at the edge of this bar table. So Shift A, Mesh, Cube, and this time I want to scale it down on the Y-axis. So SY, and then I want to move it to the side and then scale it on the X-axis, and then also on the Z-axis, and then move it up. Then I also want to make another wall on this side, so Shift D, R90, and then move it over here. I actually want to make this even longer on the Y-axis so that it sticks out on both sides. Then I want to add a floor, so Shift A, Mesh Plane, and then I want to scale it up until it's very big. And then I want to move all of these objects up until they touch the floor. Like that. And that's a very easy setup where we will add all of our chairs. I think I just want to lengthen this a bit more. So SX, and then move it out. And also a little bit thicker on the Y-axis. Just like that. Then we want to unhide our BAR-STOOL. Select all of the parts and move it into position over here. I actually want to scale everything else up even more so that the stool doesn't have to be scaled. And then we can move these walls and tables up even more. Then we want to select this and move it into position over here until just a little part of it is hidden beneath the table. And then I want to rotate it. Then I want to duplicate it with Shift D and add another one over here. Just make sure it doesn't look too uniform, so you can put it a little bit more underneath the table and then rotate it in a different direction. And then duplicate it again, put one on this side, rotate it again, duplicate it, and put two more on this side. Just make it look natural and not placed in a very symmetrical way. Then I want to put the camera view into a nice spot over here. So I'll just go with my viewport to where I think it will look good. And then press Ctrl Alt number pad 0. And then you can select the camera and position it from there with G to move it around and G middle mouse button to zoom in and out. And now we can go ahead and add some textures to the floor and the table. So I used the polygon textures once again. So first of all, I'm going to give the wall a nice creamy yellowish texture so that it's not just white. So we can go into rendered view, then add a new material, can drag this out. And then I just want to make it a little bit to this yellow side. Just like that, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to name this wall. And then I want to add the same material to the other walls. So just click on the drop down and go to wall. There we go. Now we can add our polygon textures to the floor and the tabletop. Let's do the floor first. So just select it. And then we want to go into edit mode. Press U and then unwrap. Then click new material. And then we want to open up where we saved our wood flooring texture. And then grab the color map and drop it in here. Then we can just connect color to base color. And then we can already see the texture on the floor. But it's a little bit too big and I want to scale it down a bit so that we can see a few more of these planks. So go back to our UV editor, go into edit mode, and then I want to select all of these vertices and scale it up. Just like that. And if you go into camera view, you'll be able to see more of the planks. Then we want to add the other maps. So first we'll do the glass. Drag it in. Connect color to roughness. And make sure you change this to non-color. And then we want to add our invert node. So Shift A, search invert, and drop it in there. And then we want to add the normal map. So Shift A, vector, normal map. Just put it in there, connect normal to normal. And then let's grab our normal map and connect color to color. And then change the color space to non-color. And there we go. Now we want to do the marble textures as well. So click new. And I'm going to call it table underscore marble. Then pull up your textures. Drag in the color map. Connect color to base color once again. Then just do the same things that we did before. Gloss and normal. Connect gloss color to roughness and add an invert node. And then connect color to normal and add a normal map vector node. And change the color space to non-color on both the gloss and the normal. Then just make sure you add the same texture to this other tabletop. The only problem I still have with this marble is that it looks pretty weird over here. So just select that, and then we can drag this up again, and then just change it to the marble. Go into edit mode, select all of the vertices, and then we want to make a few changes here. So, as you can see, each of these faces are one of those blocks in the UV editor. So the thinner sides over here are these middle ones, and the side ones are the top and the bottom sides of the table. So as you can see, these are thinner, but over here they are all the same size. So I just want to select those and move them in on the x-axis until they are also much thinner, which will just make the texture look better on the table. Then I want to select everything and then scale it up, and then rotate it until I find a good place where the texture looks natural. I like it when it looks like this. But now you can see that since the sides are basically squished, they are getting a squished normal map as well. So these sides look very rough. So if I go back to our texture, I just want to drag the strength of this normal map down to 0.2 so that it's not that rough on the sides. Then we can go out of edit mode and into our camera view, and then just look and see if we like it. I like mine just as it is, and I think it's ready for our render. In my beginner series, I explained exactly how all of the render settings work. So for now, I'm just going to quickly go over it. I'm going to change the render samples to 800, and since I'm using a GPU card, the tiles are 256, and then the resolution is on 100%. Then we can just press F12 to render. And this is the final render. All you need to do to save this is just go up to Image, Save As, and then go to the place where you want to save it. If you want me to make a video about something specific, please tell me in the comments and then I'll make a video about that next. Thank you so much for watching. That's the end of this 2-part BAR-STOOL tutorial, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below if it helped you in any way.